day for Spacs. Let's talk about. I want to talk about a couple of the big movers that happened. I think we have Shell, which is merging or has an intent to merge with Hillian Hybrid Technologies. Their stock's up 40% today. Also, GRAF up 30% in the last 30 minutes of trading today, and we're going to go into the reasons why that's not good if you hopped onto that train. Also want to talk about Free a little bit, but let's talk about Shell. So that's up 40% today. A little bit about the products and maybe the reason why it's up. So if you're into Spacs and if you've watched our previous videos and you follow the news, you know this product. Really, the reason why it pumped up is Barron's had an article that they issued this morning about Hillian, and it creates a lot of excitement. And why we've been saying it's a better product for the consumer and for the customer over Tesla and Nikola. So a little bit more details about the company. So they really have two products. And only one of the products is currently available, and it's in very limited production. But they have a hybrid, a Hillian hybrid. So they take the normal diesel truck, that tractor trailer truck, and they have a bunch of things that they retrofit the truck with. So they add in a hybrid electric solution onto the diesel, which adds about 10 to 15% fuel savings. They have an APU unit, which adds an additional 12%. What that does is that fuel manages the temperature AP, and they have an aerodynamics package. So you see the trucks walking around, that's like 3%. And there's about 2 million miles already driven on this. So it's in prototype mode. It's being delivered in small quantities. So if companies that own trucks and they want to save money, they're going to have to move to this. Apparently, there's over 8 million trucks already on the market in the U.S. So the market potential for this is huge. But what's even bigger is Hillian has their own truck coming out next year. It's called the Hypertruck ERX, and really what it does is it runs on renewable energy. So it's called a renewable compressed gas generator, and there's 738 stations across the U.S. on the highways for this. You can get this gas at most truck stations. But what happens is the gas goes into the storage unit in the back, and then it goes through where the engine is. And it creates electricity, and there's a bunch of batteries underneath the truck which power up the motors, which is really cool. And they also have they have their own software, which is proprietary, which optimizes fuel efficiency based on GPS. So going up and down the mountains, it will adjust as needed. There's analytics for maintenance and such, or driver healthcare and stuff like that. But I think the coolest parts about Hillian is so to run a truck for 7 years, the cost of ownership, if you want to have a Tesla, it's I'm sorry, not a Tesla, a Nikola, it's $638,000. Okay, a Tesla truck, $438,000. A normal diesel, $432,000. And the cost of ownership for a Hillian truck after 7 years of ownership, $280,000. So if you're a logistics company, you want this truck. If you're UPS, any of the big guys, you want this savings. And I think yesterday there was an announcement that Agile, which is a big logistics company, just did a pre-order of 1,000 trucks yesterday, and that wasn't even in the Barron's article. So it's a company that I think is being proven over and over. This is big, and I think it's a bigger truck, bigger deal than what's going on in Nikola. Also, they have 9 patents. And they also have a patent that includes motor vehicle accessory to increase power supply and reduce fuel efficiency. I mean, I think this is great. The stock right now is trading at about $25 per share, $24.25. And I think anything pre-IPO above $20 is a buy. You probably want to build your portfolio small by increments. So you buy some tomorrow, buy some on Monday. If the stock price stays steady, I think the IPO is going to be in about 3 months. So there might be some dips during that period just because people lose interest over can't wait that long and sell. So very exciting. I definitely think a bright future. Now let's talk about the second largest thing that happened in the market today, GRAF Industrial Corp. And it shot up 30% in I think the last 30 minutes of trading. So why? There was a news article out here saying that they are in talks to buy Velodyne Linear Incorporated. So who are they? So basically what they do is they make radar-like systems, driving systems that use lasers to generate three-dimensional images surrounding cars. So it's for automakers to pretty much come up with their technology for self-driving. And this one is specifically for Ford. Some of the big investors are Ford and Mercedes. Baidu is a big investor. So great news. They're also in the market to go public. They had their last valuation of $1.8 billion. Now, GRAF has raised $225 million. And really what they stated what they wanted to do is they wanted to get into a business that was over $1 billion. So this matches up. But where this goes wrong is GRAF already has a letter of intent with another company. And this company is called Pure Cycle Technologies. And basically it's a recycling technology company, and they go in and they take plastics and they break them apart by color and odor, and really what their end product is a resin where they can basically have a virgin-like substance for plastic, which is kind of confusing. So why is there a rumor saying that they're going to be in Velodyne Technologies? I did some digging into James GRAF, who runs this company, and he's had 3 Spac stocks in the last 8 or 9 years. The first one was basically creating the largest in-flight entertainment and connectivity platform for airlines. So I believe that when you go on the airline, you have that the screen right in front of you with your TVs, movies, webs. So he was involved with that. His second one was regarding a Indian pay operator TV, which I guess in India, apparently all TVs were going public, and he got into this company that was really big into manufacturing tubes and had a lot to do with its industry. And the most recent one was modular storage solutions. I don't really know too much about that, but how does that relate? Because I don't think James GRAF really isn't necessarily in this area to have any advice. So what's going on here? I think it's all speculation. So the stock moved up. I don't know. I was trading like $11 yesterday, or today until the last 30 minutes when it popped up to $15. I would say this is pure speculation. Even with Pure Cycle, I think it's a good company. I mean, from what I've read, it sounds like a good company. So depends if you buy into the hype. To me, I'm a little bit skeptical. It looks like already something's established in the pipeline. Someone said a rumor and the stock shut off. So I'm not going to put my money into GRAF. I have a few dollars already in there, but I'm not going to be increasing my shares at all. And the third thing I want to talk about is Free. So the stock is out. I think it was trading at $9.60 at the end of close. And I think a lot of it had to do with TD Ameritrade not being able to trade. A lot of these other brokerages not open to trade for this stock platform. I'd say if you want to buy in, it's on its low. Remember Nikola when it shot up? I mean, when it IPO'd, it sank the first few days. So I think there's a lot of buying opportunity. It's a great company from everything I've looked into, invested in. So the company Free, buy into it. I think you could probably make some money being on the ground floor. And that's what I have for Monday. I'll do any updates over the weekend if anything else big comes along. See ya.